So, about a year ago I made a map called In a Matter of Seconds. It was nothing special, but I really enjoyed making it. In case you have not seen or played it, I'll put some links in the description and on screen so you can check it out. I set myself the goal of building something in 2 hours, which then ended up turning into the map. I managed to put it together in around 2 weeks or so. The goal of the map was to get down to the bottom within 45 seconds, but before you can fully finish you need to collect 3 keys. There are 2 things holding you back. First of all, you don't know where anything is, and secondly, you cannot take any fall damage. Luckily, to help you, there are a variety of items spread around the map. Looking back at it now, the map feels more like a proof of concept than an actual map. However, most people that played it seem to enjoy it. There was even a category made for it on speedrun.com, and for some reason there's this random speedrun TikTok out there that has almost 400k views and like 22k likes. To put that in perspective, that is close to the number of views I have on all my videos combined. Anyhow, like I said before, there was definitely some interest in the map, but it never really went anywhere. Luckily, I got some great feedback, and with that I want to make a similar map, just a lot, and then I mean a lot, better. And this series serves the purpose of mostly recapping a lot of the things we have done on the map, building up towards the beta test and then the final release. To start things off, I just wrote down some notes on gameplay mechanics that I wanted to add. Some people considered the first map to be impossible, so I definitely wanted to prevent that in the future. To be fair though, the world record sits at under 20 seconds, so those people are just kinda, trash. Anyway, another important part of feedback I've received is that it lacks variety. There's only one level, so people missed a more progression-based system. This also meant that the best route for speedrunning was found quite quickly. The last important point was multiplayer compatibility, which is something I definitely want to add in the new map, yet at first I wasn't really sure how I'd make it work. Something else I want to add are more interesting items. The original map only featured basic in-game items. This one will have some more interesting stuff. Other things I would like to have are an actual story, some custom music, and much more, which we will get to when we get there. After writing it down, I shared my ideas with a small group of people. I had EvilTaco and Anna look at it, and they both came up with some good ideas to add to the map. Most importantly, they helped me out to figure out how to make it multiplayer compatible. Not only that, but Anna will also be helping me with basically any and all command block related things, which will massively speed up the whole map making process. At this point I started making the basic shape of the first level. In the meantime, Anna and I sat down to come up with unique custom items that could be added to the game, many of which are level specific. We then made the first item, which is throwable honey, and let me just say this stuff is really fun to play with. The way honey works in Minecraft is not exactly the same as slime blocks. You will still take fall damage if you fall on top of them, but if you slide past it, it will be oh no, that's such a terrible joke. It will be fully negated. I hate myself. But if you slide past it, it will be fully negated. Which is why these were perfect. Keep in mind, these levels will fully reset after you die, so these effects won't stick around. Okay, I'll stop making stupid beat puns. Anyways, after that, Anna worked on this bridge setup. We had some problems getting it to work at first, but eventually he managed to do it. We then ended up spending 2 hours or so playing with them because they are kinda weirdly fun for some reason. After that, I changed their texture around in the resource pack to be more bridge-like. For the resource pack, we are basically using the resource pack from the Argon project. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out those videos. Seeing as I wasn't really doing a lot of building, I had a totally new member join us. GeeGees basically hopped on and started creating the basic shape of the spawn island, or better known as the hub. Afterwards I made some minor changes, and it would sadly not be touched again for quite some time. At least he got me more excited to build. And after Anna sent me this, I really had to start doing some stuff. So I finally continued working on the first level. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's actually going to be the first level, seeing as we will decide the order when all the levels are actually done. Anyways, this level is supposed to be some kind of ancient overgrown jungle biome. So once again, I had to make a lot of trees. And honestly, I never want to make a tree again. Whilst I was working on building, Anna made it so chains are now climbable, as well as making one of the coral fans climbable, which I then turned into small stones using the resource pack. He then added fake health, making it so in game it looks like you only have half a heart, even though you actually have full health. The reason for this is some annoying coding related stuff, so we decided this was the best way to do it. He also added a new item which allows you to place vines on any ceiling. Keep in mind all these items still need testing, so there's bound to be some changes. I also went on to retexture jungle trapdoors and added the bushy leaf effect to the azalea leaves. For some reason I can't get it to work for the flowering azaleas yet, but I'll figure it out at some point. During the building process I realized a lot of the layers were looking very repetitive, so I started adding more unique elements. Like mentioned before, there is however still a lot of detailing that needs doing. We also want to add a lot of secrets and hidden lore. Also yes, I had to make even more trees. It took some time to make everything, but right now you're basically seeing most of the finished level. It took me at least 20 hours to get this far, and there are still a lot of details that need doing. The bottom of the level is still not done either, and I need to finish at least one more island. After that is finished, I will check and go through the level and see if there's enough options to get down, even without items. Towards the end of this all, me and GeeGees finally really got to build together, and we did some more work on the hub island, adding in a temple-like structure which will end up heavily tying into the lore. I don't really want to say too much about it, seeing as I don't want to spoil that kind of stuff. Anyway, the hub island will later on be surrounded by multiple smaller islands, which will resemble the different levels. Yet we don't want to make those yet, seeing as we are still unsure how many levels we are going to add. And the whole thing will be kinda dependent on that. That's basically all the big progress that has been made on the map in the last month or so. There's still a lot of things I didn't show you guys, but in the sake of keeping the video interesting, I either go over those when they're completely finished, or just neglect to tell them at all. However, if you'd like to see more things, be sure to check out the Discord. I do a lot of posting on there in between videos where I sometimes just do some small spoilers or minor other things that might be interesting, which you might not end up seeing in the video itself. Anyway, thank you for watching till the end. Be sure to check out the other videos when they are released. And in the meantime, you might want to check out my Let's Build an Adventure Map series. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you considered subscribing. Also, I'll be making a more detailed video about how I put together the whole level when that's completely done. Anyways,